It's one of the most anticipated events in the world, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But just a year before the first whistle blows, the dream of a united global celebration is turning into a bureaucratic nightmare. Stadiums across 16 cities in the United States, Canada, and Mexico were meant to host millions of fans from every continent. Instead, many supporters are now facing a sobering reality. They may never make it past the airport, all because of one host country's visa mess. Fans are already sounding the alarm. Visa delays, rising application fees, and outright travel bans are pushing international supporters out of the picture. For countries like India, Iran, and Venezuela, the chance to cheer on their national teams in U.S. stadiums is quickly evaporating. The fear now isn't just about fans missing matches, it's about whether the U.S. is fit to host them at all. With FIFA's patience wearing thin, is the world's biggest sporting event about to leave America's backyard? Before we dig deeper into what's really at stake, the growing tensions with FIFA, and how this could reshape the future of global tournaments, don't forget to subscribe to the African Web for in-depth coverage of global events that shape Africa and the world. What was supposed to be a moment of joy for millions of soccer fans is quickly turning into a logistical crisis. Across the globe, would-be attendees are trapped in endless visa queues, not because of mistakes on their part, but due to a clogged and hostile U.S. immigration system. In some cases, the wait for a visa interview alone stretches over 300 days. By the time a fan secures an appointment, the World Cup might already be over. The problems don't end there. A controversial travel ban currently bars citizens from 12 countries entirely, with another 7 nations facing partial restrictions. This means fans from nearly 20 different countries are either fully blocked or buried under administrative delays. It's not a security measure. It's a wall that shuts out legitimate ticket-holding fans who simply want to be part of the game. Then there's the newly introduced $250 visa integrity fee, which acts as a financial penalty on top of already complicated processes. Instead of facilitating global unity, the U.S. is making it harder and more expensive for fans to enter, even for countries not on any ban list. Meanwhile, stadium seats risk going empty, and the energy that makes World Cup magic could vanish before it even starts. Can a global tournament survive this kind of exclusion? FIFA has always emphasized unity, inclusion, and equal opportunity, values that now clash directly with the situation unfolding in the U.S. Human Rights Watch is not staying silent. On May 6, 2025, the organization formally urged FIFA to reconsider the U.S. as a host, highlighting that current visa and travel policies could violate FIFA's own inclusion and human rights commitments. The warning is stark. Fans from banned countries, especially those from Iran and Venezuela, are completely locked out of the games, while team officials and athletes might receive temporary waivers. Average supporters are left behind. This is not a minor oversight. It's a systemic problem that fundamentally contradicts what the World Cup represents. FIFA's internal rules are clear. Host nations must ensure access for the majority of fans. The U.S. isn't coming close to that threshold. In contrast to past tournaments, where over 90% of ticket holders gained entry, America's current path could result in exclusion for millions. As the countdown continues, the pressure builds. Will FIFA uphold its principles or bend under diplomatic complications? As the U.S. stumbles, Canada and Mexico are stepping up with open arms and open borders. Canada already offers visa-free access to citizens from over 40 countries, including soccer powerhouses like Germany, Japan, and the UK. There are no bans, no excessive fees, and no massive interview delays. In short, it's everything the World Cup needs. Mexican officials, too, are not sitting idle. They've introduced streamlined short-term visa protocols specifically for World Cup ticket holders. Airlines like Aeromexico have added new routes to World Cup host cities, anticipating a surge in diverted fans. Stadiums such as Estadio Azteca have undergone $50 million upgrades, not just to host games, but to handle relocated ones if the U.S. drops the ball. Infrastructure speaks volumes. Canada is investing over $120 million to expand stadiums like Toronto's, and Vancouver's BC Place is weatherproofed with a retractable roof. Hotel bookings and tourism demand in Canadian cities are already spiking. Meanwhile, American cities like Dallas and Atlanta are still hoping international fans show up. But hoping won't be enough. The competition to host isn't just between teams, it's between nations. What happens when the world's biggest sporting event begins to fade from its most prominent host? The U.S. is about to find out. Economic forecasts once projected a $17.2 billion windfall in GDP from the 2026 World Cup. Now that dream is crumbling. The U.S. Travel Association has slashed its 2025 projections by $12.5 billion, and the shortfall is directly tied to visa and immigration failures. Sponsors are losing patience. Major players like Coca-Cola and Visa designed their entire marketing strategies based on packed stadiums and global audiences. Contracts tied to attendance numbers now look shaky. If seats remain empty, sponsors can renegotiate or walk away entirely. Some have already begun shifting their ad dollars to Canada and Mexico, where fan turnout is practically guaranteed. Local economies will suffer the most. Restaurants, hotels, transit systems, and entertainment venues in U.S. cities had planned for a flood of international tourism. Instead, they're staring at last-minute cancellations and underwhelming demand. Canadian and Mexican cities, however, are adding thousands of tourism jobs and reporting record hotel bookings. What was meant to be America's moment of economic celebration may soon become a cautionary tale of bureaucratic failure. FIFA has been watching closely, and their tolerance is wearing thin. With every passing week, the likelihood of relocated matches increases. Under the terms of the hosting contract, FIFA reserves the right to move any game if a country fails to guarantee access for ticket-holding fans. It's not just a theory, it's a power they have exercised in the past, and they're preparing to use it again. FIFA's technical delegation will soon finalize its venue assessments. And so far, the U.S. isn't hitting the marks. Sponsors are raising concerns, fan groups are protesting, and human rights organizations are adding pressure. Some federations are actively lobbying for their matches to be moved to Canada, citing unjust visa restrictions as disqualifying barriers. Canada's government has publicly declared its readiness to take on additional matches. Mexico is prepared too, with infrastructure and entry systems already in place. Meanwhile, the U.S. has not made significant policy changes, despite mounting warnings. This isn't just about politics. It's about global expectations, commercial obligations, and FIFA's own credibility. Time is running out. With less than a year to go, the 2026 World Cup stands at a critical crossroads. Canada and Mexico are rising to the occasion with open borders, expanded venues, and efficient planning. The United States, however, is still buried under outdated policies, visa backlogs, and a reputation for turning fans away. The consequences could be staggering, not just financially, but symbolically. A tournament meant to unite the world is being split apart by paperwork and political choices. FIFA has the tools to act, and the world is watching. Will America step up and fix its visa crisis in time? Or will the world's greatest event be relocated just across the border? Would you attend matches in Canada or Mexico if U.S. policies locked you out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the African Web for more stories that uncover the deeper side of international headlines.